again with some requested work, singular. I am going to do 2 sweetbreads, Trini sweetbread, right? I already have everything prepped. This is coconut milk, 2 small coconut was used. This is equivalent to about a cup and a little more of mixed peels. Chopped cherries, a cup. This is about half cup of raisins, right? This is a combination of some essence from a essence house. It isn't the watered down version, so I always use less. Less is more with that because it's very pure, it's strong. This is some aromatic bitters, Angostura brand if you want to know, right? This is 6 teaspoons of triple acting baking powder. I have 6 cups of premium flour. It isn't cake flour or any such thing. I use only premium brand flour. It is sold at any supermarket. Once you see the word premium, you know that is it. 1 cup of white sugar. No eggs will be used in this recipe. I'm using 8 ounces, a little over 8 ounces of butter. I am using Blue Band. This is an ounce scale. If you love baking or cooking, it's going to become necessary more so for baking. Baking is a science, and you want to always have perfect measurement for baking to get perfect results. So this is an ounce scale. You can look for it at any kitchen store, although it's a bit hard to find at times. I brought my own at a high-end store, right? I don't know if there's any more. It was purchased a while back. I tell you all, I have my things, my wares and whatnot a while now. I just take care of my stuff, right? So this is it. 8 ounces of butter and some, right? Which is a whole. If you don't have the ounce scale, please don't make it a problem. It's just a whole butter, yeah? So I'm going to start combining all the things. This is some spice, some ground regular spice, whole spice, and this is some ground nutmeg, just for a little bit of warmth and intense flavor, earthy, woodsy flavor. This is a whole tonka bean, the inside of a tonka bean seed. We remember this from long ago. Yes, we do. I do things old school way a lot of times. This was kept in my pantry in a preserving jar, so it keeps all the flavors. I open the jar, the scent of it just fills my kitchen, right? This is a dough kneader or blender as it is known. If you don't have one, use a fork or so forth to get it going. Why am I going to use this? Because with sweetbread we don't beat the butter with the sugar, so I am going to do this to make sure my butter is fully incorporated in my dough, right? It's just as simple. It is a room temperature butter. Please do. We mostly only use cold butter, very cold butter for pastries. This is a sweet bread, it is not pastry. So I'm just going to put the whole butter inside of there. And I'm just doing this with the dough kneader to incorporate the butter evenly throughout the flour. It isn't hard work or any such thing, it's rather easy. When it starts to resemble breadcrumb, you know it is fully incorporated in your flour. And as I'm done incorporating, it doesn't take much time either. It's a perfect tool for doing this. I have this years now. It was brought at a next home store, a regular home store, not the high-end store. It's sold in some supermarkets also. It wouldn't be the color like my own. I own it a while. I take care of my stuff. Right? So you see how the texture is already changing. It's starting to look somewhat, it's changing. And the flour and butter combined smells so lovely. You can even use it like this to scrape to make sure it can lift out. It's a really good tool for this purpose. I must say that. But you will get this reasonably priced at any supermarket. Most of the supermarkets carry some kitchen utensils. You will be able to get this at a supermarket. Yeah? Yeah. That is it for incorporation of this, more or less. So I'm going to move in now with the baking powder. Remember, I called out how much. Alright guys, my phone was giving a bit of trouble. This is Shami on here. I am doing a sweet bread. This is the dough kneader. There is 8 ounces and a little bit of butter extra, a little more than 8 ounces in here. I use Blue Band. This is 6 cups of flour. This is 6 teaspoons of double acting baking powder or triple acting. So I'm just throwing it in now, all of it. This is about half cup of raisins. Some huge raisins, so you don't have to put too much. I don't like too much of fruits in it. It's about a cup of chopped cherries, a cup of mixed peel, a cup of mixed peel. This is I was showing in the first video. Hopefully I post the first video. This is about a tablespoon or 3 teaspoons each of some regular spice, powdered spice too, and some nutmeg, just for some ground nutmeg, right? I'm using all of it because sweetbread, you want nice intense flavor. This is the ounce scale. If you are a baker, you need an ounce scale, right? Because you know baking is a science and you must measure accurately. The butter for that was room temperature, by the way. When you are baking sweetbread and breads, you want room temperature butter. But when you are doing, also for cakes, but when you are doing pastries, you want the butter cold. It makes for better dough, right? So I am going to also post that first video just for you all to see and for you all to hear better me walking through the ingredients. Sorry, this is 1 cup of granulated sugar or white sugar as it is known over here. Right? So I'm gonna combine all my dry ingredients as the rules with baking. Combine everything that is dry first, and then you combine your wet ingredients. Yeah, I have 1 tonka bean seed. I'm just going to use it directly over, grate it directly over my sweetbread. My hands are clean, my counter is well sanitized using disinfectant wipes. I'm just grating the tonka bean, the inside of the tonka bean seed for some intense flavor. I don't use shea cloth and so forth to really wipe my counters and so forth because it carries a lot of germs and bacteria. With the paper towel, you throw it away immediately. Same goes with the disinfecting wipes. For a well-run, sanitized, healthy kitchen, you need to use that, okay? I'm not going to be adding any salt in this because remember, I did not use unsalted butter. There is way too much salt in the food nowadays. I tell you all, I watch what I eat, right? You see how much of the tonka bean seed I'm using? I'm not using the zester, although the zester could be used too. I'm using a regular handheld grater. See how much of the tonka bean seed was used? So we just have to make sure it is well incorporated, okay? 2 coconuts was used, regular dry coconuts. I already went through the process of blending it, right? So I'm going to add the coconuts, the sugar, everything, all dry ingredients is already in. I'm going with wet ingredients now. But you want to monitor things. You all know I always say we can always add. We cannot take away. So you're going to monitor things closely at this point, right? That was just some of my coconut. You don't need any carnation milk or anything like that inside of here. Keep in mind it's freshly grated coconut. Don't buy the stuff that they have already grated in the supermarkets, please. Sorry about that noise. Don't buy that stuff. You don't know how long it's there. So this is freshly grated coconut, okay? I just did it myself. Hi guys, Shamian here again. This is the 3rd time I'm doing. These things happen with technology. It's not as thing as secure as we may think. This is what the sweetbread looks like. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to post the video in 3 parts. Everything is combined in here. Mix well, please mix well. I use a spoon to incorporate it so my hand didn't get in it. Sweetbread is a dough that is very moist, just as the way it is looking here, right? I will have to post the video in 3 parts. Sorry about that. This is a couple of teaspoons of mixed essence, about 2. It doesn't matter what the color. This is some aromatic bitters, and that's it. I'm ready to mix properly and just incorporate my I'm holding my spatula with one hand. Just incorporate my my essence to make sure it's evenly distributed. It's just as easy as that. So from here, straight to the pan, straight to the oven. Again, when I am baking, I cannot tell you all settings and so forth of the temperature of the oven. It depends on the make of your oven and the age of your oven. Always just monitor it to suit, okay guys? I want to capture everything in this one go for you all, so I have to pan it now. I have already lined with some parchment paper, regular standard size bread pan, regular one. The parchment paper would not disturb the baking of the sweetbread or any such thing. I just don't want to butter it and so forth. But please make sure you follow all the steps, okay? You're gonna have lovely sweetbread. I will shoot final video after and show you all how I glaze it with the syrup and the water and sugar, the syrup and add the sugar. I will shoot final video of that. This is another requested video, by the way. Someone else requested this, so I'm just getting rid of all my requested work. If you all want anything done, and I will do it. As I always say, don't overfill the pan. These could be added to little muffin pans also. Just line it with some of the paper cups, and that's all. So guys, here you have it. I don't want it to cut off again. It's going to go down in the oven, okay? This is what it should look like. Egg was not added. I want to stress that. If you put egg in sweetbread, it's going to be more of a cakey texture, and we're not looking for that. I like sweetbread rough at the top, okay? Alright, bye guys. It was my pleasure to have fully love and support. Bye. Hi friends, this is countdown to this sweetbread. Thank you all for watching. Even though it was done in 3 parts, this is a syrup, a simple syrup glaze, sugar. The more you add, the better. It's going to be thicker because you want it to hold on to your granulated sugar at the top. So this is just some sugar and water with a bit of essence for flavoring at the top of it, because I don't want the whole of the inside, the sweetbread, to be flavored, and outside just using bland and sugar. So I did add essence, right? So this is how it's done. I will only be doing a demo of one and showing you guys how it's done, okay? Thanks for your love and support. I have to say that without you all, I don't know, this will be useless, me cooking. My hand is clean. I washed my hand just before we came back home. If you could get coarse sugar, why not? The coarser the better it will look, right? So I'll come back with a final video of it to show you guys. Bye guys.